And to shed more light on the importance of the Sustainable Cities and Transportation Initiative, we're joined over the phone by Nile TV's correspondent Ahmed Nader. Ahmed, a very good afternoon.
Hello.
Ahmed, how does the Sustainable Cities and Transportation Initiative address the challenges of climate change?
Yes, Rana, the Egyptian Sustainable Cities Initiative for Climate attended this session in the morning with the President of the Minister of International Cooperation, Dr. Ahmed, and of course Mr. Joanna Macic, the Global Lead for Sustainable Cities at the World Bank. So this leads us to the Solutions Day. Today is the Solutions Day at the COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh. As a lot of initiatives are being made and conducted right now straight away with the Minister of Planning, Dr. Ahmed, the champion of Egypt for climate at the United Nations, Dr. Mahmoud Mohiuddin, as we are speaking right now. So a lot of initiatives are taking place. One of them, as you mentioned, the Egyptian Sustainable Cities Initiative for Climate took place in the morning. That led to an atlas for the Egyptian cities and the cities for all of the countries of the world. How to be changing the fact that the cities are the main contributor for the gas emissions from all over the world. How can the cities be protecting the environment and preserving the climate for the future generations? That was the main theme for the day that took place in the morning.
Ahmed, to what extent could the initiative improve the citizens' lives from your own perspective?
Yes, that is very important. That is a very important point to be mentioned. So we can showing Egypt, and we can speak about the ordinary citizens, as you mentioned, people from Egypt. Dr. Mahmoud Mohiuddin just mentioned people from Kafr Shukr, from the governorate of Qalyubiyya. What is it that could be beneficial for the Egyptian citizens? And if it is beneficial for the Egyptian citizens, for the Egyptian farmers, it would be beneficial for the people from all over the world. Yes, exactly. One of them is the transportation for people. The cities of Egypt, one of them is Alexandria, for example, that could be getting an advantage over the other world cities from the rising levels of the sea, one of the negative impacts of the climate change, as we all know. One of them is the city of Alexandria here in Egypt. Kafr Shukr, for example, in the governorate of Qalyubiyya. Transportation, as we did see in other initiatives that took place throughout the day on Thursday at the Solutions Day for the COP27. So if we can seek maybe for transportation, this could be leading us to autonomous driving, connected vehicles, electrification, the ride sharing, and the mass transit systems. All of this is said to be changing the face of mobilities during the COP27. This is one of the solutions. And in the cities, as we can see here in Egypt, and more probably during the upcoming years for the future generations in the other parts of the world.
Ahmed, in your opinion, how would the initiative help in achieving sustainable development in various domains?
Yes, as I mentioned straight away, a typical example, as we can see for the field of electric transportation, the electric vehicles, the trains, the hydrogen fueled vehicles, because we spoke a lot about getting energy from the green hydrogen, from the renewable hydrogen. That was one of the main themes that took place yesterday or in the COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh. A number of initiatives and memorandum of understanding were signed with the European Union, with the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and Egypt, in the attendance of the Minister of Electricity, Dr. Mohammed Shaker, in the attendance of the Minister of International Cooperation, Dr. Rania Mashot, yesterday. And Mrs. Kadri Simpson, the Commissioner for Energy at the European Commission. All of these memorandum of understanding were signed yesterday, and all of this is for the Egyptians. So if we can help the Egyptian citizen, if we can help the Egyptian farmers. The same example could be replicated for all people around the world, around the planet. The green hydrogen was the main theme, and the biodiversity was the main theme for yesterday, to be getting more energy from the renewable energy and the green hydrogen. Yesterday, that was one of the main themes. The technology for batteries as well, on charging and discharging the cycles. The battery could be charged beforehand, for example, using electricity sources, and discharged when the vehicle is in operation. So all of these themes that took place during just a couple of days of the COP27 could be beneficial for the Egyptian citizen, for the African citizen, and for the citizen of the planet.
Ahmed, the initiative stipulates to face the sea erosion issue. What is your take on this?
Yes. I conducted an interview earlier in the morning with as I mentioned, Mrs. Joanna Matches, which is the Global Lead for Sustainable Cities at the World Bank. And she mentioned Alexandria, to be specific, a very important city for Egypt, one of the metropolitan cities for Egypt and the region in the Arab world, the Mediterranean, and the world. Alexandria is one of the main cities that could be facing the danger of the rising sea levels in the future. So, as we are on the solutions day, they came up with a number of solutions, as I mentioned, to be depending on electricity, to be getting less and less of the fossil fuels in the future for Egypt and for the world, to be depending on the green hydrogen, the renewable hydrogen, the memorandum of understanding that were signed yesterday, and the initiatives that were launched today, and we will be anticipating what will be happening on Friday as well at the COP27 in Sharm el-Sheikh.
Ahmed, on the sidelines of the COP27, Egypt signed a memorandum of understanding with the European Union yesterday. Could you tell us more?
Yes. Yesterday, I conducted an interview with, as I mentioned, Mrs. Kadri Simpson, the Energy Commissioner for the European Commission here in Sharm el-Sheikh, and she spoke about the memorandum of understanding. We had a couple of memoranda of understanding signed yesterday between the Egyptian side, represented in the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, Dr. Tariq Al-Mulla, the Minister of Electricity, Dr. Mohammed Shaker, the Minister of International Cooperation, Dr. Rania Al-Mashar. This is from the Egyptian side. On the other hand, the European Union and Dr. Heike Holmgaard. We conducted an interview as well with the representative for the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and it is all focusing on a couple of initiatives or memorandum of understanding regarding Nuwafi, which is focusing on water security, on food security, on the future generations for the people of the planet. And of course, it is focusing more and more on the Egyptian citizen for now, and for the future generations of the planet as well, as Egypt is the voice of Africa this time around and the voice of the Middle East. So water security, food security, and another memorandum of understanding is about the green hydrogen in specific. As I mentioned, the Minister of Electricity and the Minister of Petroleum was there yesterday to be signing this memorandum of understanding for the benefit of the climate, first of all, and this could be leading to more positive results and benefits for the Egyptian citizens and the citizens of the planet in general in the future.
Ahmed, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said today that the possible solutions day, which I think it's today's day at the COP27, offers a unique opportunity to exchange viewpoints. What is your intake on this special day, Ahmed?
Yes, you mentioned the chairperson or the head of the COP27 for this version of it in Egypt. Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, it would be having a press conference, and I think in a couple of hours we are all anticipating what will be happening during this press conference and the statements that would be made in it. Of course, Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri is the head of the COP27, and we did see about 50,000 or 48,000 delegates coming from all over the world, different languages, different backgrounds. It is like a festival of humanity, a festival for humanity here in Egypt, speaking about the future of not just Egypt, not just Africa or the Middle East or the Mediterranean, but the future of the world. How can we be having a better future for the generations to come on the planet? That was the main theme for the COP27 this year. The people here and the delegates here are very impressed with the organization for Sharm el-Sheikh of the COP27. A lot of Africans I conducted an interview with today, they said that they have never seen anything like it in terms of communication, in terms of facilities provided, even the Wi-Fi services, the transportation services, everything is very impressive for the people and the delegates that are attending here the COP27. So what was mentioned by Foreign Minister Sameh Shukri is that this is an opportunity, is rightly said, this is an opportunity for the people of the world to be having a better generation in the near future, not just for Egypt and Africa, but for the world.
Ahmed, Minister of International Cooperation, Rania Al-Mashat, also addressed the possible solutions session today, of course on the sidelines or at the International Climate Conference, COP27. Your intake, as she said that the Egyptian government is already and understands the African continent and the challenges that are facing, of course, the African continent. Your intake, Ahmed.
Yes, Dr. Rania Al-Mashat is one of the most active ministers from the Egyptian government here in the COP27. As I mentioned, she was attending the memorandum of understanding or the signing ceremony that took place yesterday with the attendance of the Minister of Electricity, the Minister of Petroleum and Mineral Resources, the representatives from the European Bank for Reconstruction and Development, the European Union as well, and representatives from the European Commission. That was yesterday signing the memorandum of understanding for Nuwafi, the water security, the food security, and the green hydrogen, providing green hydrogen and renewable energy for the future generations of Egypt and for the world as well. So that was yesterday. If we can walk in the path of the COP27 here from one hall to another, you would find Minister Dr. Rania Al-Mashat always walking, always talking, always bringing up the possibility of getting more investment, getting more opportunities into the country. As I mentioned yesterday, they had the memorandum of understanding. Today, in the morning, they had the initiatives of the Egyptian Sustainable Cities Initiative for Climate. Yes.
Because we're running out of time, and I just want to ask you one really precise, concise question. As the Climate Change Conference, which is one of the most important conferences that took place in Egypt this year in Sharm el-Sheikh, of course, is due to end tomorrow. How do you evaluate the entire conference, the COP27?
It is a lovely occasion because I mentioned thousands of people coming from hundreds of countries from all over the world. And you can feel the positivity, the happiness of the people even participating, the enthusiasm of the delegates here to be talking and speaking about the future generations, about the climate change. What is the climate change? The awareness of the people. How can we be raising awareness about the problems that we are having nowadays? How can we be getting solutions? Today is the Solutions Day for the COP27. How can we be coming up with a more innovative solution for the future as well?
Ahmed, Nader,
yes.
Nile TV's correspondent at the COP27. Thank you very much for your intake. Thank you very much for your in-depth knowledge. And of course, we really appreciate your effort, Ahmed. We always do, actually. And we'll be waiting for your minute-by-minute coverage and the conference that will be taking place later this afternoon. We'll be with you to cover everything, Ahmed. Thank you very much, Ahmed. And we move on with the news bulletin, where South Korea's military said North Korea launched a short-range ballistic missile Thursday toward its eastern waters, hours after the North threatened to launch a fierce military response to the United States, bolstering its security commitment to its allies, South Korea and Japan. Details in the following report.
The leaders of China and Japan hold their first